It has been incredibly just demoralizing how few elected Republicans have been willing to speak out against Donald Trump, regardless of what he's done this whole time, but let alone now where he's facing serious impeachment inquiry. Why is it that they don't speak out? I got a case study for you, and it involves Mitt Romney, who did sort of speak out against Trump recently.
There's always that in there.
What's that?
Sort of.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the max that we can get from them.
Yeah. That is the max, and I think this might be an example of why. So what did Mitt Romney, senator, say? He said, when the only American citizen President Trump singles out for China's investigation is his political opponent in the midst of the Democratic nomination process, it strains credulity to suggest that it is anything other than politically motivated. That's the most Romney-esque tweet ever. He goes on to say, by all appearances, the president's brazen and unprecedented appeal to China and Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden is wrong and appalling. Now, he says it strains credulity, it's wrong and appalling, those three things. He does not say, and thus I support the impeachment of the president. So he's pushing against Trump, but only so far, not all the way.
Because you know what the third tweet should have said? And I am here to apologize for the American people because even my at times 65, 78% support of this horrible, horrible man has helped create this monster.
Yeah. So look,
this is my fault.
I agree. I agree. We'll speculate in a bit about what would have happened if he said that, but this is what he did say. And so, look, Donald Trump, obviously he doesn't agree with Mitt Romney, but he knows in the future he's gonna need Mitt Romney's help. So he's a bit diplomatic. He raises out a hand. Somebody please wake up Mitt Romney and tell him that my conversation with the Ukrainian president was a congenial and very appropriate one. And my statement on China pertained to corruption, not politics. If Mitt worked this hard on Obama, he could have won. Sadly, he choked. So
as soon as I saw the Mitt Romney tweets, I was like, Trump, it cannot wait to say you're just mad because you couldn't win, but I could. I like it, some form of that you knew was coming. Yeah.
But that's not all that's coming. Mitt Romney never knew how to win. He's a pompous ass who's been fighting me from the beginning, except when he begged me for my endorsement for a Senate run, I give it to him. And when he begged me to be Secretary of State, I didn't give it to him. He is so bad for R's, all of them, reading, writing, arithmetic, all of them. He's just really bad for them. Goes on to say, and by the way,
this is so sad. This is the president of the United States.
Think those were sad?
This is so sad.
Wait for number 3.
Okay.
Usually the sequel's bad, but the third jumps the shark. And in this case, they did. So I'm gonna read you a tweet from Trump about Mitt Romney that definitely happened. I'm hearing that the great people of Utah are considering their vote for their pompous senator, pompous is capitalized, Mitt Romney to be a big mistake. I agree. He's a fool who is playing right into the hands of the do-nothing Democrats. Hashtag full caps, impeach Mitt Romney.
It's like when he learns a new word, he tries to use it against you. Do you remember, this is what happened with collusion.
And last week, who taught him coup? Some people are still working on it. Candace Owens said that the Democrats have launched a coup.
He never threatened to impeach anybody, and now he wants to impeach Mitt Romney.
That's not how it works.
Get out of Utah, Mitt, like what?
You know what I love? You know what I love is Mitt Romney sends out his tweets criticizing Trump, and Trump is like, damn man, that is hard. I'm gonna start calling up people in Utah. Hey Joe, do you like your vote? Oh, you want him to impeach him? Well, that's I don't want you to be an outlier. I'm gonna call a couple thousand people and find out. That didn't happen.
It's like when
he didn't talk to any of them.
People on Instagram say, and it's part of an ad, but when they say things like, many of you have been asking about my skincare, and they're like known for their hair. And so you're like, no, nobody has been asking about your skincare. But what are you trying to sell us? This is it. This is what he does.
Trying to sell us something.
Many people have been calling me, telling me, no, that didn't happen.
I don't know anyone in Utah.
I know, it's so weird.
Nobody knows anyone in Utah. I'm joking if you're in Utah, I love you.
And then why are you only telling us once he says something mean to you?
Exactly. So it's an added layer of a little bit of cowardice.
Right.
So this is what Trump did after Romney didn't support impeachment, just says it was wrong and appalling. If Romney had come out in favor of impeachment, Donald Trump would have taken him to the top of some sort of like temple, ripped his spine out of his back and kicked him down the stairs. I have to presume, we don't know.
Is that a Game of Thrones scene?
It's something, I don't know. I'm gonna write about it later. It's gonna be in one of my novels. Here's the thing, why this is important. I don't really care about Mitt Romney. And Mitt Romney, he's very like flaky and
he's kind of the worst. Like
he's the worst. Like, he occasionally will speak out, but what are you actually doing? You have power. You don't just have a mouth and vocal cords. You have a position in government. You can do something. But we can learn a lot from this because this is what will happen. This is the destiny of any elected Republican that even hints that they might be thinking about supporting impeachment against Donald Trump or the conviction later on if it got to the Senate. They will be nuked from orbit if that happens. And so this is one of the reasons why I'm not being too hard on Mitt Romney. I guess I have been, but not too much, because we need to incentivize them to do it because there are already so many disincentives. There's very little reason if you're a Republican to come out in favor of the truth of the Constitution or whatever, because most of your base is really Trump's base, and he is going to do anything he can to get you to lose your reelection bid the next time it comes up. And that's a rough position to be in.
It's a rough position to be in.
So anyway, hold strong, Mitt Romney, for the first time in your life. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.